It's time to talk shit about some Call of Duty. That's what I feel like doing. That's what we're gonna do. We're we're going to discuss some Call of Duty stuff because I'm bored and I'm not really feeling any of the other platforms, quite frankly.
I'm really excited about that. I'm super.
And this video has kind
The
of got me
biggest solve for us in
a little annoyed. So
word is really trying to make things
we're
look
gonna
authentic
discuss it
and believable, real.
because
And
this
if
is
you get
just
those
silly.
things right in the real
It's
world,
just
you
a
can
little
bring it
silly.
into the game itself.
It's just a little silly. All right. Yummy. Yum, 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 yum.
Ever since I was a kid, we didn't have a whole lot of money
Fair.
for toys and stuff like that. And
Fair.
so I made my toys sometimes. I would make toys out of plywood and stuff when I was getting older. I was heavy into model making because I loved Star Wars, and so I just grew up with a fascination of model making, kit bashing, and all sort of stuff. And I do better when I have some physical thing in front of me to build from, and I can look at it and twist it in the light and things like that. Hey now.
You're an all-star.
Yeah, there it goes. We build a lot of live action suits and all these builds and stuff. Ghost is one of them, and this is the appliance that we'll use. It's a foam appliance, easy to work with. So I'm just gonna cut this mask down a little bit. Maybe my designer's philosophy is responding to things that happen along the way and then trying to figure out what tools do I have to solve those problems. But when we're doing stuff like this, it needs to be like visually consistent with modern warfare. So that means as real as you can make it. And I think that's really why it's important to not just draw this stuff, but build it for real. When you're working on an iconic character, you don't know it yet. When I did the original Ghost concept, it was done in...
I don't buy any of this for a second. I refuse to believe that this character was never conceived as iconic. I'm not saying he didn't do all this shit. Also, why are we making his face out of like the same like dildo material and calling it realistic? Is all of this a little crazy to you? It's just a little
maybe under 2 hours.
silly, dude.
3 sketches. I had an idea from design, and
sorry, hang out in the chat if you want
that
to.
this character would be,
in.
you know, an icon of the Modern Warfare.
Fuck it, I'm a Call of Duty
franchise
fanboy,
and, like,
and I've been pissed off for like a
of this
decade
stuff.
at this point. So, hey, how you doing? We're gonna talk shit about Call of Duty today.
Sometimes
That's
I'll
what
just
he should
start
look
with
like.
a sketch, and we'll go from there. These were some early looks for Ghost. A few of us felt strongly that we wanted to pay an homage to the original Ghost. I think people
Homage?
that played
No.
those games back at that time,
I don't like it, dude.
know and love.
I do not like
and
this
I think
redesign.
that's a look that might be
And
new.
maybe I'm wrong. I feel like nobody is liked. I don't feel like a lot of people have. I see a lot of people personally in the matches that I've played. It's been hit and miss over the last few years. I see that. I think he's going to show the skin.
To
the one that came with
players
the
that
Modern
are
Warfare
just
2.
starting to see Ghost that way also. So there's
Remaster.
something for everybody. We had a lot of research with special forces starting back in World War II, and they would customize their gear. So I see Ghost as kind of an evolution of the craftsmanship that special forces people, and even military in general, they modify their stuff for a purpose. They're doing the same stuff, only the stakes are higher.
Is this why Vanguard sucked?
I wanted to build them as a wearable live action suit.
Dope.
So I've been
Cool.
getting some people that wear the suits. I have to kind of think about ergonomics, and because of that, it has those ergonomics built into it. That dictated the way the mask actually ended up looking. Because I built it physically, there's some stuff that actually makes sense. That's the best part about going from a sketch to, you know, some type of concept like this to actually physically building it. What I'm really excited about with the Vault Edition is that this version of Ghost becomes very special after the events of Modern Warfare 4. So that really is why I think it was important to take so much time and effort to realize this character and build this character out. His presence in this part of DMZ really represents a next step in
Presence in DMZ. Cool. I feel like we're like two years late on the I don't know, dude. To be fair, I have been out of the Call of Duty sphere for a bit. Having said that, it's not without reason.
into, you know, what I would consider like
I do wish I played Modern Warfare 3 back during the year that it was relevant. It is actually a pretty good game. Like the support for it. Like the multiplayer is fun to play. And I'm not dumping money on Black Ops 7. I'm gonna wait for this.
new places to go in Modern Warfare. Even their blueprints tie back to, there's some meaning in it and context and how it fits into the world of DMZ. So I am really excited about that. I'm super excited to see what people think about this when it's released.
We got some footage in the background.
To see what people think about this when it's released.
That freeze frame, if it wasn't.
This is Ghost's AK. It has an Apex attachment.
Why?
And it has like a drone killing attachment, which I think is pretty dope. There's all these little cool Easter eggs in those blueprints that kind of they connect to the character or they connect to the region that they're going into with it. You know, a couple of those weapons are actually manufactured and come out of a really cool new place in DMZ that players will discover. The Vault Edition's kind of packed with some good goodies in there. I think people will enjoy it.
Good goodies. Like, I'm just here to talk
I don't
shit,
like when things look perfect. They feel digital and fabricated and unrealistic to me. So this mask is asymmetrical. I did my best to be. So this mask is asymmetrical. I did my best when I sculpted it to make it symmetrical, but real things in the real world are they're asymmetrical. They don't line up perfectly. It's very human.
I don't know. See y'all in here. You like this character design? I've never been a fan of it.
This is Tom Sacklezay. He's
Literally
an
the same
extraordinary
one, with a different coat of paint,
character artist,
melted,
concept artist.
They finally
You want
put
to
the
talk about
mandible
iconic
underneath.
characters?
Dope.
I think Tom is responsible for some of the, some.
Look at my pasta.
I'm gonna go get my pasta.
Because this shit's got me hungry. Just, I don't know.
Really iconic characters in the Modern Warfare franchise.
Like this character, like Joel just built the mask. He gave me the mask. I took a photo of it, put it on the body, passed it back to Joel. He worked on it. You know, we do a lot of collaboration. Send it to the character team. They start to model it. We go back. We do some tweaks. So there's a lot of back and forth collaboration that happens. But yeah, sometimes it just starts with something that Joel just puts together, and then we'll make it into a full character.
This process to me it's an old technique, and
Oh,
we're probably
I'm sorry, sweet
one of
pea, I didn't know you
the
were
one
down
of the
there.
only studios that
I got
does
a new
this.
puppy.
It's the DNA of how we develop
Sleeping
here,
under the
and it's
desk.
you can see it's taken off. We've kind of grown. The process has grown with the times and the technology, and it's incredible. The fans and the community of Call of Duty decide what's iconic. And we just do our best to put together really interesting artwork that is inspiring. Yeah. And he's got a couple on this project already. I've got the feeling they might be, like the community might see it the same way, but I feel they're iconic.
I don't know. We'll see, man. You know, could have swore I've seen this somewhere before. Bet if I load up Cold War, I'll get a reminder.
This is it. This is the source of this character right here. This is the Vault Edition Ghost Mask. I thought it'd be funny.
So that's what you get to own. If you shell out enough money to get them to hit their quota for this game. I'm starting to get worried about Modern Warfare 4. Like, it does look cool, but then again, so did Battlefield 6. I actually enjoyed Red Sec. Red Sec was fun. I have clips of it on this channel, I think. Why is it so hard? Because even like 10 years ago, not even, really. You get all these different studios. It's not hard to make a fucking multiplayer game. It doesn't seem like it in terms of when you have the resources. X Defiant would do. You know, I would understand if we're waiting on, like, what was the last big one? What was the last big one, chat? No one, no, everyone not. I get it. I'm a boring guy. I'm a boring guy. But
If there's this moment in the story where Ghost kind of comes out of the forest, he's kind of walking at you through the forest, and he's got his head down or something, and he walks up and he puts his hand on his face and pulls his mask off, like, and all this gas comes out. And you're like, what? Is he going to show us? Oh, no. It's just another mask. Within a mask.
dope.
The biggest solve for us in Infinity Ward is really trying to make things look authentic.
Yep. Like a ghost. Sib, a couple of pistol shots will tag. Bomb collected. Not able to get the quick scope off, and that will put things into the world of urgency needed.
Black Ops 7. I have not touched this game. If it is. I swear if it's nothing but blueprints, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
In this war, there are those loyal to nothing but victory.
Oh, would he put a cigarette out on it? A cigar? Is that BBH? that a PP? It sure fucking was.
Across nations, hostile alliances emerge. Nations, hostile alliances emerge.
So they're still calling it the Kastov, but I wonder if they can get in trouble for that. They called it an AK in the last video. Not supposed to do that. Oh, no.
Hunt your adversaries. Secure your arsenal. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. Pre-order the Vault Edition now and get open beta early access.
Thanks, Sam. Sam Hyde, friend of the show.
The biggest solve for us in Infinity Ward is really
Fucking
trying
shut up,
to make
20.
things look authentic and believable, real. And if you get those things right in the real world, you can bring it into the game itself.
That Ghost and Price standoff in the Modern Warfare 4 trailer, the one the entire community is losing their minds over, never happens in-game. It's a lie. I didn't believe it myself at first, but there is too much evidence and too many things that don't add up for this scene to be real. So let's dive into it for a second. If you watched any of my videos before,
Fair.
you
Yeah,
will
my
know
attention.
I am a Call of Duty nerd. I live inside the trailers and inside the small details. So here's what we're working with. In the Modern Warfare 4 reveal, we get this shot. Ghost and Price squaring up on the glass roof of a skyscraper, knives drawn, pointing at each other, and the two pillars of Task Force 141 are fighting each other.
Wow.
The internet immediately blew up and decided that this means Price is going fully rogue and Ghost is hunting him down and they're going to try to kill each other.
That does look like a remake from a scene from Modern Warfare 3, though. I did upload that shit. Everything else was a bit of a reach, but this one is 100% down to that fucking delivery van.
But the scene is hiding three problems. And once you see them, you cannot unsee them. So
Sure I
let's
can.
take a look at the first one. Starting off with Ghost. Something is very wrong here and it's not your eyes playing tricks. First of all, the mask. This isn't his current skull balaclava, it's the older style mask, the original Modern Warfare Trilogy style mask. And Ghost has only ever worn this mask in one mission in the entire rebooted universe. So why, after so many years of seeing Ghost with the same skull mask, does he suddenly change it? Especially with a pre-order bonus for Ghost having a newer version.
I swear if this is an AI channel. Let's be real clear on just how heavily convoluted Call of Duty has become. Dude gets popped in the last game. Didn't they bring back Graves?
Of his new mask.
I'm not saying I like it. It's fucking Call of Duty. Anything goes in this universe, clearly.
It doesn't make sense, and his balaclava being off here kind of throws me off a little bit. Specifically, when you see him speak, it looks like it's just his jaw moving up and down with the mask, and I don't think it looks quite right. Now, the second one, and this is a big one, his uniform doesn't say Task Force 141. It says SAS, the British Special Forces unit, his old unit from before 141 ever existed. So why does this matter? Well, it tells us one of two things. Either this is a version of Ghost and Price from before Task Force 141 was ever formed, and we know that's not true because Captain Price is much older and much rougher shape from Modern Warfare 4, or Task Force 141 has been broken apart in Modern Warfare 4 and Ghost has gone back to the SAS.
I haven't even played Modern Warfare 3 and know that this, like, how am I dumb? How does this not track? This isn't some like hop, skip, or a jump from reality. Who's to say it's actually Ghost?
But this scene was created to make us think that Ghost was hunting down Price. Either way, the standoff that everyone thinks they're seeing, the two current teammates turning on each other, is already wrong. The uniform alone breaks it apart in Modern Warfare 4. But there's more. The biggest piece of evidence for why we know the scene isn't real. The one where it clicks. Call of Duty has a pattern. It's not the first time that Call of Duty has built a trailer to mislead us. They do it over and over again. Specifically with the recent Modern Warfare trailers from Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, there was a lot of misleads and misdirects in the trailers themselves. In Modern Warfare 2's 2022's trailer, the very first teaser that we got was a shot of Hassan on a satellite driving through the city of Al Mazrah. That whole sequence never happened anywhere in the campaign. Then we have, in the Modern Warfare 2 reveal trailer itself, the very last shot is this very dramatic look of the entire unit of Task Force 141 in this underground tunnel together, and it's not that way in the campaign. In the campaign, we get to this shot in the second to last mission.
Chat, this guy might be an idiot. I'm not gonna lie.
And when we actually see it, it's Gaz and Price alongside Alejandro and a random Mexican Special Forces operator. Ghost and Soap are not included in the scene. The full team shot that they sold us for the trailer never happened the way they framed it. And then we go into Modern Warfare 3. The trailer had two big reveals for us. The first was that it seemingly showed us Price just straight up dying in the trailer. That never happened in the campaign. He just passed out and came back too. They were trying to indicate that Price might die, and there's this whole big reveal with it. Then, in the trailer,
I don't think this. I'm not even saying this to be mean. I don't think he understands editing. Really don't. Like jump cut trailers.
we saw soldiers in black and red breaking someone out of a Russian gulag. Now here's the kicker. The pre-order bonus was Soap wearing the exact same uniform as those soldiers. So everyone assumed that it was Task Force 141 breaking someone out of prison. But in the actual campaign, it was the villains. It was the Koenig group breaking Makarov out of prison. The complete opposite of what the trailer led us to believe. And Call of Duty really likes to kind of stage these shots, these trailer moments, specifically to point us in the wrong direction so we don't guess at the campaign. Which means when I see Ghost and Price on a rooftop in the most pivotal scene of the trailer, I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I thought, man, I think it's a piece of bait. And then when you actually dive into it technically, like I'm about to show you in this next piece of evidence, it breaks even further. And this is where it goes from theory to proof. Let's just forget the lore for a second, forget the story, and just look at the shot technically, because there's a couple things in this shot that are already wrong. Specifically, the render quality is significantly different between Price and Ghost.
I will give him that.
Price is rendered in ultra high detail, and even with the blur, you can see all of his strands of hair, every line on his face, and he looks finished. But Ghost, standing right next to him in another close-up similar shot, looks lower quality. He's pixelated in spots, his scarf doesn't have the full detail that's required, and the pattern looks off.
I would argue if you look, there's like a glimmer around his scarf. I really do feel like he's actually wearing his just regular fucking outfit. I do think the scene is real, but like he said, I think they just altered it. I think he's wearing his full headgear. I could be wrong. Maybe I just want this to be a real shot. I don't know, but like, this man's out of line, but he's also kind of not right.
Isn't the same amount of detail in some of the features of the character. And that's a hint to me that this is actually a multiplayer skin that was dropped into the scene over top of the original character. But let's look at number 2. The magazine pouches. On Ghost's chest, move independently of his body. Like they aren't actually attached to his vest. And you can see it right at the end of the trailer
You mean to tell me Call of Duty doesn't have continuity in their animations? Wow, I'm shocked. Watch me be shocked.
here. His magazine pouches on his vest continue to move upward until the end of the scene. Like they start...
Did he say boop?
Magazine pouches on his vest continue to move upward until the end of the scene. Like they start below his belly button and move up to about...
Is this an AI channel? Like, I'm not even trying to be mean. Is this guy an AI channel? It's called Icebergs. Joined 500 channel. I don't know, man. I'm gonna be judgy for a second.
Hello, gamers and operators. My name is Icebergs, and today we're going to review the...
That's definitely him. Oh, well, I don't know. It does sound like an AI, like filter. I don't know. I'm not trying to be judgmental of this guy. I'm just trying to figure out. Let's not sit here and act like every YouTuber doesn't have a certain angle. Like Blame Truth. I'll happily talk shit about that guy because he acts like he's not a troll and he is. And I think Nero's kind of taking the bait. Like I don't get it. If you don't like Call of Duty, don't play it anymore. Why continue to play Horizon? I don't know, man. I don't know if we should be playing Sam Hine videos. Fuck it. If it's YouTube, if it's on
If you
YouTube,
get a
it's
funny
YouTube
feeling,
friendly.
you should probably trust it.
You know who these people are in your life because thinking about them immediately puts you in a bad mood.
I dated a fat ass art for the better part of 2 years because she would self-harm if I made any attempt to distance myself from the relationship.
3 years erased. She had submitted a tip that I was making and selling child porn. That's your life now. Oh man, oh my dad.
Thank you, God, for letting me off this easy. Thank you.
The idea that all people are inherently good and just suffering some sort of psychological malady or under a lot of pressure or psychological trauma, or usually they're just bad people. They're just people who are not fully realized, people who are not just not grown up. Okay, and a lot of the time it's just malicious, selfish people. The concept of thinking and their joint whatever.
Chances are a lot of these people, their families are totally insane thing. It's the most insane thing. There's so many people who are just completely just sludge people who've been molested. Even not the crazy end, but on like the regular end of what happens in dysfunctional families. Like you live in a small house and you have people yelling all the time. Like that does more damage. That does so much damage. This kid was like one of the darkest people in the planet.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Back at it.
Yeah, even more unhinged craziness in this huge Lego scandal with bricks and minifigs has just unfolded. The Utah Police Department that was responsible for a lot of the inexplicably hostile and ridiculous behavior that we talked about yesterday with part 2 from Reckless Ben's investigation. That police department has now sent forth its softest gesture to try and explain their side of things and justify a lot of what's now been put into the public eye. And this guy is so soft-spoken, it is very difficult to even hear him in the first place. This guy must have just had his fucking tonsils removed. So, I'm just giving you fair warning. It's going to be hard to hear it, but what you can hear is all the bullshit that he's driveling out. And it's so interesting because there have been numerous opportunities now for Bricks and Minifigs and now the American Fork Police Department here to actually start debunking things if there is another side to this, if everyone is being misled by Ben's videos and it's like manipulated footage and out of context to make them all look bad. It's all like this big dubious plot. If that was the case, then why hasn't Bricks and Minifigs been able to issue a response that is trustworthy? Their last response had multiple lies in it that are provably incorrect, especially in regards to the consignment, and there's now been 2 instances of the Bricks and Minifigs top brass going on live stream to try and defend and justify their actions, and it's been a fumble. That has been a fucking floundering of the ages there. They haven't been able to explain their side or debunk any of the claims here or anything. And again, they're official.
They could still spin this and come out on top. It would be so simple, and they won't.
Statement was littered with lies that are easily provably wrong. So Bricks and Minifigs hasn't been able to defend themselves with any evidence or proof, and now the American Fork Police Department comes forward and also can't do that either, telling multiple lies that are immediately provably wrong. So all of the evidence, the actual evidence being provided, is solely from Ben. That is the only place where you can actually, with your own eyes and ears, see and hear what's been going on. From Bricks and Minifigs and now the police department, the American Fork Police Department, their defense is, trust us. You just have to take our word for it. It's all hoopla. They're manipulating and misleading you. If that's the case, then prove your side. Show us the whole thing that apparently throws everything else out of whack from Ben's side. They haven't been able to. This little rat here from Bricks and Minifigs, the CEO, like I mentioned, has even come forward on stream to try and address all of it and garner sympathy and try and explain that they're in the right and Ben's in the wrong. It's all stalking and harassment over nothing. And he's been unable to prove any of his claims. He just keeps falling back on, I've been mean and weird and harassing about it, that kind of thing. If the evidence is on Bricks and Minifigs' side and the police department side, why can't they provide it and show it? Why is their defense always just, take us at our word, when their word has meant literally nothing? Yeah, here, I haven't watched the police department's video on it yet. I'll pull it up.
My name is Cameron Paul, and I am the Chief of Police for the American Fork Police Department.
Well, that's
okay.
That's
Brother, you mind turning up the volume? Holy, it's actual ASMR. Wow. I cannot really hear him. Why is he whispering? Are his parents asleep in the next room? What is this?
I'd like to address the members of our American Fork and Cedar Hills community regarding some videos currently circulating on social media that have been presented in a way that calls into question some of the actions of our department.
Yeah, no shit.
And we can't have that. You're not allowed to question the actions of our department. We do nothing wrong. Why is it so fucking quiet? I can hardly hear him. I actually can barely hear him. I need to bass boost this guy. Deep fry his ass. Holy, I actually can't hear it at all.
I got speakers for days. What are you doing, Charlie?
Maybe this.
Yeah.
Let's see if that helps.
These videos are affiliated with an influencer on YouTube and other social media platforms and stem from a dispute involving Legos that originates in the state of Oregon.
I need to laugh for a second. It's just... Oh, man.
In this message...
That's a wild
subtitles, bro. I can't hear you. Oh, my God. Use your outside voice, please. Oh, wow.
Mr. Johnson reported that earlier that same day, a suspicious male had been at his residence. He stated the male was wearing a baseball cap with a UPS logo taped onto it. Mr. Johnson also reported that a suspicious package had been left at the residence. He explained that what appeared suspicious was that the shipping label did not look legitimate. The package was later determined to contain rubber ducks.
How do you take yourself seriously like this?
An individual named Benjamin Snyder, who, according to Johnson,
I can't believe it.
Mr. Johnson
How dare they put rubber ducks on my...
proceedings were occurring in Oregon and stated that he believed Snyder was sending individuals to his home to harass him.
To serve him, brother, they can only go forward if he gets served the papers, which is what he was trying to explain to the officers that were called out there numerous times, literally countless times. How else? Like he can't go himself because Josh is a bitch and has like formally trespassed him. So if he shows up, he goes to jail for it. But by law, through the legal process, he has to serve those papers. So like, what's he supposed to do? Now the rubber ducks, that's probably something totally separate. I'm sure that probably doesn't tie directly in to serving him the papers. But brother, it's not harassing him to try and serve him the legal documents. This is a legit tactic process servers use, by the way. The rubber ducks is? Let me look that up. I'm very unfamiliar with all of this, so let me see. No, like using disguises. Oh, that I know. I thought you were talking about the rubber ducks. No, I know about that. That's a very common thing. I thought you were talking about sending rubber ducks for some reason as like first contact.
Officer Tonga issued Adams a trespass warning at Mr. Johnson's request and instructed him not to return to Mr. Johnson's residence.
Poor
At
guy.
approximately the same time, Officer Richardson arrived in the area and located a dark-colored Hyundai vehicle. Richardson initiated a traffic stop on the vehicle for failing to stop before the stop line at a stop sign and failing to stop completely at that stop sign.
Does this guy then go on to say the officer was incorrect? Because we have the dash cam. He realizes this lie is immediately debunked when you look at the dash cam. They stopped at the stop sign. This is a provable lie. Surely he goes on to say that the officer was incorrect, right? Obviously he's gonna mention that, no doubt.
As you can see, we didn't even do a rolling stop. We fully stopped at the stop sign. So this is an illegal traffic stop.
That's a clip from Ben's video that just shows in broad daylight, no smoke and mirrors, no baloney. They stopped at that stop.
No baloney.
Just wanted to dump that in here as a little refresher because what the spokesperson here for the police department is stating is provably false. There is a video, this is from the officer's own dash cam. So either this guy hasn't seen the evidence and is deciding to do this anyway to be clown himself, or they are knowingly lying. I'm more inclined to believe the latter because this isn't the only lie he tells. He tells multiple lies that are provably wrong based on all of the publicly available evidence.
Richardson contacted the driver, who identified himself as Tyler Shaw. A rear passenger also identified himself as Benjamin Schneider. When Officer Tonga arrived at the...
Nope, nothing about it being incorrect about the not stopping at the stop sign. Nothing about that. You know your own evidence contradicts your statement, right? This is is this a crime? Are you allowed to just lie about the circumstances of this? I don't know. I'm not a police.
Sounds like it can. Ugh. All right, I gotta get better at reacting or figure out something else to do. Matter of fact, how long we been streaming? It don't give me a timer. Oh, yeah, it does. 40 minutes. We'll call it a day on this.